movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Marks. And there is nothing doing on that one. You got the completion and nothing else to show for it.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then
there's a live football. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Man, it's so hard to keep a rabbit in the cage, that quarterback, right? He's going to scramble around. He's going to make plays, and when he gets outside the pocket, you're just trying to get a hand on him. How about getting a hand on him, forcing the fumble, and recovering it? Great job by the defense continuing to chase that QB.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, Hawkeye! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Grayson. You've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They could make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
On second down, they'll take to the air. Let's it fly. Wide open downfield. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. And the Trojans want to pick up the tempo.
It's a really nice job out there making the catch. I feel like fans are always expecting one of these Trojan receivers to be in the conversation for being best in the country, right? Because of the success they've had in the past and certainly in more recent years. There's a lot of pressure to play that position now at the Coliseum and at USC. But this guy right here, he has been making his mark on this offense.
Finds a man on the left. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Really nice pass there. You know the expectations at USC every year are sky high. Not just to win the conference, but to be in the national championship discussion. But to do that, they need this guy right here to play at a high level week in and week out, because this guy has the skills and the tools to take them.
It is so difficult to play man coverage nowadays with all the space and spread and speed on the field. One false step, and they make you pay just like they did right there.
Discards a man. Able to pick up a couple before he's knocked down. They mark it at the 10. Operating in the red zone here on second down. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. Dances away to buy time. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Looking to throw for it. Pocket starts to collapse. Buys a little extra time. The throw. Makes the grab. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, USC. They'll line up to go for 2. He's looking to throw. Coming after him. He's into the end zone for the 2, and he gives them the lead. So a drive there of 85 yards, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. You don't see this very often, an early onside kick when you have the lead. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Man, these coaches talked about being aggressive, and they were. First quarter, you're going with the onside already. I would say it's a little bit careless, a little bit reckless. Onside kicks are not high percentage, but they went for it, they failed, and now let's see how they respond.
Final play of the quarter coming. Pulls it and fires to the left. Open space at the 25. They get him out of bounds, but a chunk play to wrap up the first quarter, and this offense will carry momentum into the second. First down to start the drive after the break. Dropping back, it's McNamara. Quickly complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The handoff to Johnson. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 6. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Going for the return. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did
Looking for a deep man. And the ball is intercepted. Taking it the other way. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. They're testing the right side here. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
To the air, it's McNamara. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. And the Hawkeyes trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Hawkeyes! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And with the extra point, they stretch the lead to 13. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's Branch. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really, really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
The Trojans will hustle to the line. Trying to find his man on first down. Now improvising. That's the kind of protection you dream about as he fires left. The incompletion on first down leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 43. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's got it inside the 25. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Makes his way into the end zone for the deuce, and now they're within 5. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it in style with a 57-yard toss for 6. I don't know what this says about trusting your defense, but they're going for an early onside kick down one possession. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Quarterback on the keeper. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
That's what's so great about these QB runs. They just chip away at the defense. And as this game goes on, these little QB runs, they're going to help keep third downs manageable for this offense.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Scanning the field, it's McNamara. Throws to the wideout. Got his man.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the game.
They'll run it on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Iowa!
And he's in for his 3rd rushing touchdown. You college fantasy football players, that is what you want to see. +6, +6, +6. Let's go.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. From inside the 15, here comes the return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. He'll let one go down the right side. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Trying to take it back. And he will be run out of bounds on the return, so the damage is limited as we wrap up the first half. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Man, how about that? You come out of the locker room, you just had a little bit of a break, you rested, you told your club we're going to come out, and now we're going to be aggressive. We're going to kick an onside, even though we're winning and you failed. Now this defense better step up and respond.
Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Hawkeye! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And the extra point is good. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Branch. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Now on second down. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to him. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. And the Trojans moving quickly to the line. These corners going to give them some space. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Unloads it left. And it's knocked away. They'll give up the ball, failing to convert on 4th.
There's not many play calls on the sheet to score a bunch of points.